Welcome to Spiritual Combat 101, where we help beginners embark on their spiritual journey by unlocking the basics of spiritual warfare. This is episode 68, Interceding for Government and Political Leaders. In this episode, we're focusing on an essential aspect of spiritual warfare, praying for our government and political leaders. These individuals face significant spiritual battles in their roles, and our prayers can make a profound impact. We'll discuss 7 key strategies for interceding on their behalf, each supported by scripture from the King James Version. Let's dive in and explore how we can pray effectively for those in positions of authority. First, it's vital to understand the spiritual challenges of leadership. Leaders face immense pressures and temptations that impact their decisions and actions. Recognizing these challenges helps us pray effectively for their wisdom and protection. As 1 Timothy 2 verse 2 reminds us, for kings and for all that are in authority, that we may lead a quiet and peaceable life in all godliness and honesty. Our prayers align with God's desire for peace and righteousness in our society. Next, we need to pray for wisdom and discernment. Leaders must make decisions that align with God's will and discern truth from deception. James 1 verse 5 promises, "If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him." Pray that our leaders seek God's guidance in their policies and actions. Leaders are often targets of spiritual attacks designed to undermine their efforts. Ephesians 6 verses 10 to 11 advises, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." Pray for God's protection over their minds, hearts, and physical safety, equipping them with his armor to withstand these attacks. Pray for integrity and moral strength in our leaders. Micah 6 verse 8 asks, "He hath shewed thee, O man, what is good, and what doth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly, and to love mercy, and to walk humbly with thy God." Ask God to strengthen their resolve to uphold righteousness and justice in their decisions, resisting corruption and leading with honesty. Another important aspect is praying for humility and servant leadership. Matthew 23 verse 11 says, "But he that is greatest among you shall be your servant." Pray that leaders prioritize the well-being of their constituents above personal ambition, reflecting a spirit of compassion and humility. Unity and collaboration among leaders are crucial for societal progress. Ephesians 4 verse 3 encourages us to, endeavoring to keep the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace. Pray for unity among political leaders and parties, that they work together for the common good and mend any divisions. Finally, pray for the global and spiritual influence of our leaders. Psalm 33 verse 12 states, "Blessed is the nation whose God is the Lord, and the people whom he hath chosen for his own inheritance." Ask God to use our leaders as instruments of peace, justice, and righteousness, positively impacting the world with his wisdom and principles. Are you ready to make a difference through prayer for our government and political leaders? Start today by incorporating these strategies into your prayer life. Let's join together in interceding for wisdom, integrity, unity, and God's protection over our leaders. Together, we can shape a future guided by his principles and grace. Thank you for joining us on Spiritual Combat 101. Interceding for our leaders is a powerful way to influence our society positively. Let's continue to pray with fervor and faith, trusting that our prayers will bring about God's will. Until next time, stay empowered and engaged in your spiritual journey.